They say the night hides more than shadows. It hides secrets. It hides things that were never meant to be seen. Sometimes if you stay awake long enough, those secrets come knocking at your door. Tonight, let me tell you about a story people whisper in hushed voices. A story of someone who was visited by something that should never have entered their home. A story known simply as the Midnight Visitor. It begins with a young man named Daniel. Daniel lived alone in a small apartment on the edge of the city. The building was old, the walls were thin, and at night the silence was almost too heavy to bear. Daniel wasn't afraid of the dark. At least that's what he always told himself. But then came the knocking. It was a Tuesday night, close to midnight, when Daniel first heard it. 3 slow knocks on his door. Not loud, not desperate, just steady, like someone who already knew he was awake. Daniel froze. He wasn't expecting anyone, and no one ever visited him this late. He walked slowly to the door, his heart pounding harder with each step. When he reached it, he pressed his eye to the peephole. Nothing. The hallway was empty. The old light flickered overhead, buzzing faintly. He almost laughed at himself for being paranoid. But then, the knocking came again. 3 slow knocks, right in front of him. And yet still no one was there. Daniel backed away from the door, chills crawling across his skin. He told himself it was probably a prank, maybe a neighbor messing around. But deep down, something inside him whispered, "Don't open it. Whatever you do, don't open the door." The next night it happened again. Always at midnight. Always 3 knocks. And always no one outside. Daniel stopped sleeping. He sat in his living room with the lights on, waiting. The knocking always came steady and patient. And always when he looked, the hallway was empty. By the 3rd night, Daniel was trembling. He pushed a chair against the door, as if a simple wooden chair could stop whatever was on the other side. He stayed up whispering prayers, waiting for dawn. But that night something changed. Because after the 3 knocks came a voice. It was faint, whispering, calling his name. Daniel. He froze in place. The sound was not muffled, not distant. It was as if the voice was inside the apartment, right behind the door. Daniel stumbled back, his breath shaking. He wanted to scream, to run, to call someone, anyone. But the voice spoke again, low and soft. "Daniel, let me in." And then, silence. The rest of the night was quiet. But Daniel didn't sleep. His eyes stayed fixed on the door, waiting for it to open on its own. The next morning, he checked the hallway again. Nothing, no signs of anyone. But taped to his door was a single piece of paper. Scrawled in jagged black letters were the words, "You heard me." From that day on, Daniel was never the same. He moved out of that apartment. But friends say that sometimes when he's alone, he still hears it. The 3 knocks, always at midnight, always patient, always waiting. And if you ever hear it too, 3 slow knocks when no one should be there. Don't open the door, because once you do, you might never be alone again.